Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and we have another episode of Supreme Ruler. Episode whatever. Long story short, we got a bit of a problem. So you might notice some things might be a little different, some things are the same. First things first, I had to go back and use a old autosave. So things are a little different. You know, we're about 3 months difference. I believe it was, last time we played was June or July. And now it's August. The actual save I had was from 1952? 51, 52, so it was only like a year into the game or something like that. So, yeah, because we started in 46, I think. So, I think it was about 48 was the year. So, long story short, I had a hard drive crash. And when I say hard drive crash, I literally mean crash. Accidentally, with my butt, while moving some furniture around and doing some work in the house for our renovation, I knocked the hard drive off my desk. Needless to say, the crash occurred when it hit the ground. It made a crash sound. Yeah, me and my big butt. I thought I had an extra couple feet of clearance, and when I was moving a chair. And unfortunately, I hit it with the chair, with the back end of the chair, and yeah. So, needless to say, I lost a bunch of movies and shows and saves for a lot of my computer games. But luckily enough, most stuff was backed up. The only thing is that for some reason I had all my Supreme Ruler saves on my external hard drive. I think it's just the way I had the save set up. It was backing up the saves to my external hard drive, and then for some reason I had it deleting the saves after that every 48 hours. My computer was going in and kind of cleaning up files and stuff in certain folders, and unfortunately I had left the Supreme Ruler was on the save folder, was in there for some reason. Same with a couple other games as well. So I lost a bunch of personal saves from 4 or 5 years ago and things like that. But that's all good. They're just save games. So what I did was I grabbed one of the older autosaves that was in a completely different folder, because I had Steam. Long story short, I got Steam installed twice. So, got that all set up. Got the old autosave. So there is some differences. And we're going to get into those right now. First one, I tried to stop the recording at a reasonable time frame close to where we were sitting before. I was trying to make I was trying to get us on an equal footing to where we were before as well, economic wise and all that stuff. I failed that part. Economically, I kind of got us a little jump started. All the construction I did in the last 2 episodes, I basically started earlier, like 4 or 5 years earlier. So I basically got one of my last recording, threw it up on my screen, watched the last couple episodes, saw how much we were building of each thing, and I did that. I just turned around and started building everything. That was the problem right there. I shouldn't have just built everything right off the bat, because everything's done. Everything's been done for a little while now. You'll notice that we've got $15 billion in the bank right now. If I go to construction, for example, agriculture is mostly self-sufficient. I believe we are building. Oh, we're not building anything there. Rubber, self-sufficient. We can actually build up to 15 million tons, or 15,000 tons, we'll say. 15,000 units. We're only using 6. We got some in the bank there. We got 2 million units in stock for agriculture. Wood is not as sufficient. We're probably going to do a lot of work on there, or if I'm not, I think I am. No, I'm not right now. I've been kind of lackadaisical on that. Right now we're producing 274,000 units. We're using 265, so we're about 10,000 off there. And we have 800,000 in the bank, and we're trading away the spares. Oil. Yeah. We have 431 in the bank, and we're using we're producing 30 a day, and we're only using 8. So, yeah. And we can still build more. Here's the funny part. We can still build more. Coal. We're not building any right now. We're currently able to produce 3.8 million. We're using 1.9 million. We have 13 million in stock, and we're trading away a little bit here and there. Iron, a little different. We're producing 386,000. We're using 162,000. We can actually go up to 100. It looks like it's going to jump up actually to 187. We have about 1 million in stock, and we're trading away 149,000. I'm telling him to trade away a lot of our excess material. I'm actually going to tell him not to do that at this point. Oh, yeah. Uranium. Here is where we kind of start getting into our little deficits here. So we have 24 uranium mines. I'll bring up the locations here. This is it here, and some down here. I think we've built the odd one here and there. No, we haven't. Yeah, we bought the odd one here and there where there was already something else built. Yeah. So we're kind of hurting uranium-wise. We're pretty much on a 50-50 basis, but I mean, our stock's okay. The reason why is because we currently have power, lots of power. We have lots of hydro. We have 1,312 hydro. We're in the process of building 100 coal facilities. That should probably prop us up to where we need to be. We need another million. Jesus. So this is gonna hurt quite a bit. 100. We're building 100. So I mean, it's going to finish off 1,000. So we need at least another lot of these. So power is still one of the major problems in the game, obviously. On the bright side, consumer goods. There is a small problem, it says, but we're still producing the majority of what we need. Industrial capacity, we're pretty much producing what we need. We have a lot in stock. And then last but not least, military goods. We're laughing because we're not building anything right now because we don't need it. We got 17 million in the bank. We were selling a lot of it. I'm going to stop the selling of stuff now, and we're just going to kind of hold on what we have. Overall, one of the persons asked in one of the last videos about GDP. It was at 190 something now. Now it's at 384. So the projection was we were going to be at a little higher than 350 at that certain point, and we're at 384 now. So which is pretty good. We're pretty much at still the estimated amount what we were going to be at. Research, we're a little higher than we were before. We've got 26 facilities open. We're researching 17 slots right now. We don't have jets yet. I was researching at such a pace that I started only researching 3 or 4 things at once. Realizing that I was going, or even at one point stopped research altogether, because I realized that I was going to hit jets in about 1953. So we should be getting jets now, which we are. I believe if we wanted to right now, no, we're not quite. We should be at the jet level. I thought we were at jets. Airport. Oh, we're at 1943. Really? Thought we had jet aircraft. Yeah, you can see it. We're already halfway. Oh, that's jet aircraft prototype. Sorry, that's my bad. So we're just at the cusp of jet technology, which is pretty good. 'Cause China should not have. Well, actually, we should have purchased jets from Russia at this point, which we don't. We did have that little bit of a hiccup with still economic-wise that kind of held off research as well in certain parts, early on as well. So actually, what I think we timed it pretty good actually. So research is almost on par with it was. I think we're definitely ahead of in a couple areas. I think armor we're still ahead. Yeah, we're still on 43 aircraft. So I think we're behind aircraft where we were before, but armor-wise we are way ahead of where we were before. Since we're lucked out and we're with China, we don't have that many units to research anyway, so we're good there. I do believe we have the access of getting no, not yet. We're gonna actually the Riga and the Viking are who we want to do there. Okay. So a couple other changes as well. So economically, we're more quote unquote more self-sustained. Power is still a problem, but we're building 100 coal facilities right now. which should kind of even us up a little bit. What I'm also going to be doing in the next couple episodes is going into our military and getting rid of a lot of these military facilities that are spread around that we're not using. And then we're gonna use facilities in around our border. So, for example, we're gonna have a military facility in this general area, another one over here, another one down here, another one here. You know, two against the Indian border. Pretty much one military facility, or two, depending on how much of a border we have with someone, and try to move our troops to our borders. That might open us up maybe to quicker sneak attacks. Like, say, for example, we have like two military bases here and here, and then another one over here, and India just overruns them real quick. The troops will release as fast as they can, but they can only release at a certain speed. I do have troops on the Indian border, like I did before. One of the good things about watching videos on YouTube, yeah, go figure, eh? So we still have troops on the Indian border because I made sure we had shitty ties with India, even though we kept trying to trade. We were on really good terms up until about 53. They actually joined in our war down here. So you'll notice that these two countries are annexed. Okay, so what happened was we supported Vietnam still. Obviously, all that stuff's still the same. I think Vietnam was still at war with France when, at the time. Like, France was still down here, I think. Or we helped them push France off, but France was still doing invasions. France actually came back and took Cambodia, and actually got Cambodia its freedom again. They actually invaded here and here and here, all in 3 shots. And then a substantial, and I mean a substantial amount of American troops landed, as well as British, German, French, Italian, and I think I said British troops, and even some Canadian troops too. I think I saw. All landed, helped take Cambodia back, and a nice chunk of South Vietnam. But then the Vietnamese, after getting overrun, just completely deployed their forces and pushed them down. We gave them tons more troops, which isn't that bad. Korea went to war with somebody, and they got attacked and invaded. No, they did not. Sorry, no. It was someone else. It was these two. Okay, so Burma and Thailand actually went to war. So here's the story went down here. Initially, we had them puppeted. This changes altogether this time. So Burma and Thailand actually went to war with one another. I don't know how that happened, but they did. I think Vietnam was giving troops to Thailand because they ended up with a lot less than I sent them, which was weird. And Thailand actually had a lot more mounted infantry than I thought that they were going to have. So, long story short, Thailand invaded Burma with India's help. The two of them kind of joined forces and invaded Burma. Obviously, it was a mutual defense because Indian troops never crossed the border up here. They actually landed their troops down here and then went through Thailand or Burma, or Thailand into Burma. They actually went all the way down to here, and we're landing most of their troops at this base. And then as the Taiwanese took, I think it's this one here, yeah, took this one. Then the Indian troops started showing up here, and they moved up. When they had to about here, Burma surrendered, which was pretty good. But then the two of them, I guess, I don't know what happened. The two of them ended up not liking each other and breaking off ties and whatever. And then I just swooped in and took it all and misclicked and annexed it instead of puppeting it. So, yeah, so we've done a lot of building down here as well. So we built a lot of hydro facilities and mines and a bunch of other stuff. Now we can build way more coal and we'll actually bring up the thing here. So they have a little bit of oil, or we have a little bit of more oil down here. We have a lot more here, which we could probably use up. Coal. They didn't have that much coal. I mean, we could. Well, no, we can't build there. Okay. It's no big deal there. Metal ore. They do have a lot. We're already kind of working on the peak locations. We still haven't really gotten into like the middle ones here and some of the stuff here and all that stuff. So it's still okay. They don't have any uranium. Uranium at this point is our big thing. The Russians have a lot of it here. I mean, I think that's more than half the Russian stocks. I mean, they've got a big chunk here, but that's in Kazakhstan. So theoretically, we could. In our situation right now, we're not the biggest country right now. We are still Western or Warsaw Pact leaning, but we're not aligned with them. We're actually going more neutral. We're kind of pushing this spot here. What's going to happen basically is this. We're going to continue the game as is. I mean, like I said, technology-wise, we're a little ahead in some spots, a little bit behind in others, so it kind of equals out. Economically, we're stronger than we left off at, but it's only because I started building sooner than later. I did that massive build-up earlier. And that's about it. Misclicked and annexed the two countries down here, which kind of helped. But yeah, so that's where we are right now. Our navy and our when we went to war with, yeah, you're gonna love this. So when we went to war with Burma, or sorry, Thailand against these two, I kind of screwed up my navy and lost the majority of it. So now we only have 24 units. I had about 60 before. I kind of screwed it up and was sending in one ship at a time because I thought I had like battle groups set up, but I didn't. And I was selecting one or two ships and telling it to go, thinking I was telling the battle group to go. Our Air Force was about twice the size as well, through no fault of my own. Since we're using mostly prop-driven aircraft, the Tomahawks and the Buffaloes, they don't have the greatest of capacities. We used up a lot of fighters though, and a lot of aircraft. B-17s were good. We lost the majority of our Catalinas, though. We had about twice as much Catalinas, and we lost the majority of them because I had them going in. I tried the whole go for air superiority first. Unfortunately, air system in this game is not the greatest. So my whole plan for air superiority didn't really work out that great. Lost a lot of aircraft, wasn't producing any because of economically where I was sitting. Right now, still not producing any aircraft or anything like that. Before I even got into that, I was going to talk to people about it and say, okay, so this is where we sit, this is where we're going. Yeah. So with that in mind, we're going to unpause and continue. So economically, we're doing really good. We're pretty self-sufficient. Power is our only major problem at this point. Like I said, the estimated usage is 3.2 million, and we're at 2.6. So that's a big issue. We're producing a lot of uranium, but not enough for our factories. Now, catch-22 is we can later on go into fission, which obviously we're going to be doing. Fission is going to replace all our coal and all our whatever it's called that I can't think of the name. All our nuclear as well. So that'll be a huge rollover. It's going to be pretty much every time we remove one. Every 50 fusion, we're going to remove 50 nuclear and build up. So we'll build the 50 fusion first, then get rid of the 50 nuclear, and slowly work our way that way. Fission is just it's the penultimate. It's the I think it's penultimate. It's basically the end game for power. Once you have that, you're laughing like a good 300-400 of those, and you're laughing altogether. I've only gotten to fission once, and that was playing the 2020 version of this. So if we get there, I'll be extremely happy. But with that in mind, we're going to unpause. We're also doing a lot of trade stuff as well. We're selling off a lot of stuff. I think I told him to stop selling shit. Yeah. So he's only selling stuff when it's quote-unquote really good to sell. We're going to start our building up of our military force again. So you know, so we had like the Foxhole and the BTR and all that stuff. Foxhole is going to be our primary infantry unit until we do I think it's the CW, which will be coming up soon. So what we're going to do, we're just going to set this, we'll set normal. We have 47 units to build up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do immediate 20 of the foxhole. Boom. Actually, we're going to pause it. Next, I don't think I have... Yeah, this is the other part too. The only engineers we have now are these guys. I don't like them. They move too slow. Mounted engineers are gone. So one of the good things is later on down the road we will get, I think it's the VW 109 or 190. Basically, it's the Chinese version of the Bradley, or the previous. So it's more like the XM 800T, which was the prototype of the Bradley. It had the Bradley. It was kind of like a mix. That was like yeah, it was an ugly version of basically of an M113 with a gun on it. It was okay, but nonetheless. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna build 20 of those, and we're gonna build 10 wolfhounds. Yeah, wolfhounds. Because they're our primary recon vehicle. Now tanks, we still have the Pershing, the Raptor, and the Rover. 49, 57, and 49. So this is gonna look weird, but we're gonna build 3 Raptors, and 2 Rovers. So it puts us at 35. Anti-tank, 45 and 41. We're gonna build 2 of the IS-122s. Artillery, so we have the 105mm Priest and the 107 MLRS. Pretty much the MLRS is better, but the range isn't as good. Don't like it when it comes to range, even though range... Here's the best part. Range really doesn't show up on here. Like, it's one of the few things that I'm not a fan of. Like, it says, okay, well, here is their fuel. Here's their strength. Here's their profile. Here's their spotting. But that's it. Like, I'm assuming that's what that is. It can hit between 15 kilometers. Because if you look at the tank, for example, it's 2 kilometers, and I think that's 1 block. I'm assuming. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to build 1 MLRS, because the range is 15, versus... Oh, sorry. And then you look at the Priest. The Priest, I'm assuming this is the range, which is 129 or 29. It's one of the things, right? I don't know. Like, it's stupid. I want my artillery to be able to hit 2 blocks away, so I can put my artillery behind my units and fire the artillery over my units. The MLRS, it has that oomph when it's close in. So air defense, we're still going to do the Spags, and then transport. We already have enough heavy trucks and all that stuff. So I mean, look at this. Like, it's just stupid how much we have. So that's done. So now that gives us 5 extra. So we're gonna go 1 more wolfhound. We're gonna build Pershing, a Raptor, and a Rover. And we're gonna build one of these ZIS. Mainly because if we have the older stuff in our inventory, we can sell it. So that's not so bad. Aircraft. So aircraft, we're not going to build any more Catalinas. B-17s are good, but to be honest with you, I don't feel they do what they should. I really feel like the aircraft that we have, because we don't have the numbers, doesn't really show for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to build 6 B-17s. We're going to build 8 P-35s. And the rest are all going to be, I think, tomahawks. Yep. Then 8. Actually, we're going to dump 1 P35. No, sorry, 2 P35s are gone. And 2 B-17s. So I want more fighters, actually, than I do anything else. I mean, Buffaloes are good, but I mean, most of this aircraft are going to be within 2 years, if that. Most of these guys are going to be sold for, for spare parts, we'll say. Couple things too. Now that we're building up our military, a couple things are planned. One, Kuala Lumpur should be getting independent soon. When that occurs, we're not going to invade. We're not going to really do much with them. We're not too worried at this point. The whole thing was getting, was to get whatever it's called, rubber. But with the amount of synthetic rubber that we're building, that we have, we're really not too worried about that at this point. I mean, we've got 140 synthetic rubber plants, so we're laughing there. The main thing we're worried about at this point is uranium. I think uranium is used for fission as well, and I think it uses a little bit more. So what we're looking at is this area up here. Right on the other side of our border is all that uranium. That I think like right now, the Russians are not really using up all that uranium. Like they could if they wanted to, but they're not. If we look at the overall, obviously, lots of agriculture, lots of timber, no rubber, oil, huge amount of oil here and here, which, to be honest with you, if we could, we want to get. That puts us in a position to kind of run at the Americans if we want to. Probably won't though. But lots and lots of oil that we can use. Coal. Most of the coal that we would utilize is in this general area, because the coal up here is good, but actually there is a couple spots up there which we might utilize. Metal is, it's kind of spotty. I mean, if you look at how much we have here though in our country versus how much they have is equal. We can pretty much double our metal income. Now, mind you, yeah, I mean they're utilizing quite a bit of it. So we also hurt their metal income. And as I said, uranium. Uranium is the big one right now. We definitely want to do the uranium game. Yeah, sure, we'll buy some stuff there. Yeah, we'll buy that. So now if anything's over 10 million, we don't buy it. Yeah, there we go. Right now I don't think there's anything we can really buy technology. Oh, hello. Oh, technology-wise, I was going to say. No jets as of yet. So here's motorized engineer, which we might get. I don't know yet. I'm contemplating. So they motorized engineer there. Lav 1, eh? Or LTV 1. It's amphibious, which would be a good thing, as we don't have any amphibious units right now. Any technology? No. Now, for the record, it's not that... Ooh, Canada has a lot of fucking... Is that uranium? Jesus, motherfucking Christ. Okay, we actually might try to do some trades with Canada here. My home country. I want some uranium from you. I would like, say that, over 90 days. So we're not even going into tons in this case. We're doing 2,000 kilograms of uranium. Uranium is It's that commodity it's you don't deal with much of it. Yeah. But when you deal with it, a lot of people fucking wanna. France has a lot of fucking areas. 26, 28 lump sum. You know what? Yeah, we'll do it. Uranium hurting. We're running at about half right now, which I don't like. Even power's even half. Jesus. See, this I don't understand is how that works. It says we were only 1 million off. Now it says we're running at half capacity. Like that doesn't make sense. So, but then these things are saying there's no problem. So keep up that way we can push some production. Labor shortage, I know. So, with that in mind, let's pause this. That is the first reboot episode of Supreme Ruler. Thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, I do apologize for the kind of like the lack of episode yesterday. But we're getting back into it, and we're getting the episodes going. So, see you guys next time.